Lost Pages, from the minds and hands of Zaid Comics, comes the first book in their connected universe of heroes, with a cover by legendary illustrator Simon Bisley. The Lost Pages is a story of a magical book in the hands of a homeless man. Within it are tales lost to time, of heroes from different eras and walks of life, all protecting humanity from evil. As the word of the book is spoken around a trash fire, new crusaders of justice will be revealed to this world. A supernatural vigilante on the hard streets of Chicago named the Silhouette. An ancient sorcerer battling horrific myth on the high seas known as Wild Card. A modern-day mental monster from the mind of a bodybuilder babe, Crimstone. And a pulp hero from the 1930s, a master of disguise donning the mask of the masquerade. This is just the beginning, for in the future these heroes and more will come together to write the end of the world. But for now, the ink of life flows on every page. Will you be there to read it? Only on Indiegogo.
Yes, nice. Welcome to Creating ComicsGate Live. We are here today with Zaid Comics. Phil, how you doing?
I was muted. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Doing well.
Good.
Hey.
Doing well. Also with us today is the Red Devil.
Hey, guys.
Yeah. And Alan with the Howl Comics. How are you doing?
Pretty good, man. How are you?
Good. First time I've talked to you, I think.
Yeah, first time we're meeting.
Nice. Cool.
What's it like?
It's kind of a dream come true, to be honest. Feeling
First
pretty good
impressions
about
are
it.
everything.
Sim, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. How about
Good.
you?
Good. Good.
We all know Sim.
Everybody knows Sim. We don't
Sim's
even, shouldn't
old
even
news.
introduce him. For
Who?
fuck's sake. Yeah. Be prepared, Phil.
Yeah, what's
I don't
that
know
mean?
what that means. That might be a dig at me somehow. Maybe.
I'm scared.
You should be.
Ah,
I
So,
choose the
man.
dictionary. We're good.
Lost Pages, man. How is it going?
It's going great, dude. We were getting stuff in all the time. I just got a sample package from Primo Print for our trading cards. So
Nice.
we're trying to get the best, quality cards out there. Looking at, they have some foil options. They got some spot UV stuff, and some velvet laminate, which I'm all about. If you guys were, if you guys dug the cover stock on Magicop, it had like.
Oh yeah,
velvet
that was
cover.
nice, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I love that stuff. So
I'm wearing some velvet laminate right now. It
Oh.
feels delicious.
really, okay. But if you guys were a fan of that, we're gonna try to see if we could do that for maybe some of the trading cards, if that's possible. That would be so
Nice.
cool.
Are you looking at some of that stuff as maybe another stretch goal, or are you kind of done with stretch goals?
I think we're done with stretch goals, but if we get to 30, we want to do some extra stickers from 6 a.m. Comics,
Nice.
because he did all of our characters except for the, like the 5 more that are in the bonus comic. So I would love for him to do characters like Vane and the Pianist and Drift Legend, stuff like that. I think that would
Nice.
be awesome to complete the whole roster.
Does anyone know what the total number he's at with the characters he's put in that collage?
Oh, with I have no
It's
idea.
insane,
6
man.
a.m.? Yeah, with all of his characters.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know,
just
man.
insane. That guy is something else.
Yeah.
How many trading cards do you have with this
So-
campaign?
If you get just the book, right? Everybody's gonna get 8 trading cards, and that includes the characters from the main book and the bonus comic, except for the Silhouette. You had to head back week 1 to get the Silhouette trading card, so that's 9. So if you back week 1, and then if you're on the mailing list, if you had signed up for the mailing list before we launched, there's a special jam trading card, which is like a jam piece from all of our artists. So Alan drew the Masquerade, Maria drew Crimstone, Joe drew Wildcard, and Maxie drew the Silhouette. So that's all of their art on one card in this
Yeah.
sick pose that Alan threw together. And that's
Nice.
going to be like the trading card for the book that's in there. So it tells you about like the actual magical book that is inside the comic. So that's a total of 10. So if you hit all those
Wow.
marks, then you get 10 trading cards.
Now I know trading cards are pretty efficient in terms of something extra to offer to people, but still,
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to add up a little bit when you're talking 10
Sure.
cards. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. We tried to space them out so it was most efficient for us to put them out. But like I'm just so excited about the whole universe. I wanted everybody, even people
Yeah.
that didn't get the bonus comic, they're going to get to know those extra characters through the free trading cards that they're getting. So little bios on the back and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
So Alan, Hal Comics, this is the first time I've had the chance to meet and talk to you. What is your role? Are you doing some interior art as well as other things for Lost Pages? What's your role in this?
Yeah, I've been doing one of the stories. It's the Masquerade, which
Okay.
is the 1930s Pope hero.
Yeah.
I did work on a lot of the logos that you see as well for a lot of these characters.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Right. Each
and-
one needed a logo. That's no small task. Right.
Yeah, but when Phil found me, he really liked the a Dick Tracy piece that I did. So I kind of stuck to that style for him, so it can tell the story in a nice pulp Dick Tracy style.
Nice.
Yeah, Alan has been such an asset to the team. Just he's so hardworking. He's working on this stuff all the time. He pumps it out, and then we needed. I think. Do you remember the first logo you did for us? I don't remember which one it was,
I
but
think
we
it
needed
was.
one. It might have
the
been
Lost
Wild
Pages
Card.
itself.
What's that?
I think it was the Lost Pages itself.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was just the Lost Pages logo, and we threw that at him, and he just knocked it out of the park. Like he's so graphically creative, and we did the Lost Pages, and then we did the Wild Card logo and the Masquerade one, and he just captured everything that was involved in the theme of these characters.
Yeah.
So we just kept running with him on the logos. Yeah.
Now, do you hand draw your logos, or is it a combination of digital work with hand drawn? How do you do that?
Yeah, it's a combo. I digitally do most things. It's what I do for a living too, and just doing logos for a bunch of different companies.
Yeah.
So it just works out.
Nice.
But yeah, I do a little digital art, and then I'll take it to different systems to clean it up, sharpen it up, like using Illustrator. So I'll go through 3 processes before I finish a logo, for sure.
Nice. That's
Wow.
really cool. How many logos in total?
For the book?
Yeah.
Oh man, probably like.
The answer is yes.
When the
Yes.
creator even is like,
Here,
I think
let
I've
me
done
count them up.
6.
You did 1, 2, 3,
Yeah, let me check the
4.
invoices.
5, 6, 7, and then I think 8, including the Lost Pages logo.
damn, man. I mean, logos can be a very pricey endeavor, depending. So I hope you buy Alan a lot of beer or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
a lot of
When I
work.
see him, I'll buy him more beer.
Nice.
Yeah. So here's
Nice.
let me show this page off. This is the first page in the Masquerade story, and it's on the Lost Pages campaign as well. And you can see here the logo for the Masquerade that he did. And then
Yeah.
he did all this digitally. And I threw the
Yeah, I
letters
mean,
on
it's
top of
just
that.
such, like you said, I think capturing the essence of the tone of each character and story. Clearly, the logos do a great job of doing that. So well done, Alan.
Thanks.
Yeah. And I think it was the Masquerade. There was this really great panel where it was a really clever way you depicted the action.
So every
can't-
panel Alan's done for the book?
Yeah. Yeah, it's you're doing really, really good work. Have you been working in comics long?
I've always been into it. When I was 16 years old, I got to enter into what was the 90s heyday of comics with a little indie comic book company called Hardline. It was called Hardline, and they had me
Represent.
apprentice there for yeah they had me apprentice there for a while. And what happened was yeah they showed me the ropes there, and I got to meet a lot of people. I got to meet people like Mike Whalen and
Wait,
uh,
Mike Whalen, like
Top
the.
Cow.
All right, I'm thinking of the fantasy illustrator Michael Whalen.
No, shoot, no, I'm way off. I knew a Michael Whalen, but who do you call it? And Walter McDaniel, and it was just a bunch of people I got to meet, and I got to feed off of them, and it was a good time when I was about like 16 years old, something like that.
I was about
Nice.
to say, dang.
That's
Like-
really cool, man.
Yeah.
So how did you come into ComicsGate? Like, do you consider yourself ComicsGate, or are you just kind of cool with the idea of it?
Yeah, I really support it. I am behind it. I don't want to say I call myself ComicsGate, just because I haven't done anything to really represent it, but I definitely am 100% supporting ComicsGate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. I mean, I think a lot of us, I don't know, maybe I'll just speak for myself here, but I mean, at first it was kind of really hardcore, like, it just has to all be ComicsGate. But, that's my whole, like, definition and view of that has shifted quite a bit over the course of this year.
Yeah, I think people just want to be entertained at this point. And right now, more than anything, I mean, if you look outside, you turn on the news, I think we could use some damn good entertainment.
Exactly right. And as long as somebody's down, like, understands that the whole media bias thing, the slander against ComicsGate, trying to paint it as some kind of hate group, as long as they could see past that nonsense and just engage ComicsGate
Yeah.
in a fun, cool way, then it doesn't matter,
Yeah.
It just doesn't matter. This is such good work, man.
Yeah, anytime I throw something at Alan, he just knocks it out of the park.
Yeah.
Just the colors, man, it's so old school, kind of like Bruce Timmey style. Definitely has that Dick Tracy influence, all down to this.
I was
the
definitely
sexy
influenced
ladies.
a lot by Bruce Timm. I really like this stuff. It always popped out at me.
Nice, man. Now, you're
this
kind
guy.
of a
This guy's a
one-man
straight
show.
up
You
pimp,
do
man.
everything?
Yeah.
Nice. Are you also, is there one person lettering the entire collection of stories, or is it different
Yes.
letters on the stories? Okay.
I'm lettering the whole thing.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
The letters are looking really nice as well.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I tried to, sometimes I do different styles for the letters, but for like the main story of the Lost Pages, I'm kind of like, if there's a narration bubble, it's kind of like these scratchy, kind of ripped out pieces of paper as the narration.
Yeah.
Because there's an omnipotent narrator, but in stories like with Crimstone, like I'm actually lettering this up here. It's a different type of lettering bubble because the girl is narrating this herself.
Okay.
So she's like recalling these things that have happened, and she's
Nice.
telling the story to someone else.
And which story does this belong to?
This is Crimstone. So you have, let's see here. Yeah, the one with the big monster. So like,
Yeah. Nice.
see him crawling out here. He gets some butt shot here. Kind of scared in the shower.
Nice.
So yeah, so you have that imaginary friend aspect. So she's telling that story, and then this here you have a overarching narrator that is telling the story. And the cool thing about the Masquerade story is I wanted to hit on that old-timey pulp hero, so the narration is like that too. So if like you were reading an old story of the Shadow or the
Yeah.
Phantom, or even watching the 1966 Batman show where it's like deep inside an abandoned library,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So
Meanwhile, at the Bat Cave.
yeah,
Nice.
exactly.
Well, I think that's really cool and a good idea to have that kind of through narrative, that connecting thread for
Yeah.
everything. Yeah,
Right.
very cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, and Alan's almost done with this whole story here. Really
Page and a
excited
half
to
away.
a
How
page and a
many
half.
how many
Wow.
pages total is the Masquerade
I
story?
don't know, Alan. How many pages is it?
14.
Yeah,
14. Nice.
that's what I thought. Yeah,
Yeah,
each
I
of
mean,
the,
you've got to when you're dealing with something like a 14-page story in comics, the storytelling has to be so efficient. Like every single
Yeah.
square inch of a page has to be serve a purpose. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
what was that like working within that confine of a shorter story?
Who's that to, Alan?
Yeah, either way. I mean, the writing and the art. I mean, it poses a challenge on both sides. This is the
Yeah,
piece I was kind of referring to, though. What you did
yeah.
here to depict this, Alan, is just it's absolutely phenomenal. I love it.
Yeah, when I was younger, I went to class with the dreams of becoming an animator, and I took a lot from that when I was learning how to do 2D animation.
Mm,
Yeah.
I remember those dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the dreams too. No, yeah, this was like when I was setting up the campaign page, I wanted to pick 2 pages from each story that would just really represent the character. And when I write, I'm kind of writing the comic with big scenes in mind, right? It's like, okay, here's a cool moment that could hopefully be iconic for the character and will gravitate readers to that. So when they think of the character, they think of this moment. So I had
Right.
this one, which blocking bullets with the sword. I thought that would be so cool. I haven't seen that in comics before.
Now
Um,
how did you how was that written on the page versus how Alan was able to translate it into a piece of art? Is that
yeah,
because
so
obviously I doubt you wrote it like if you could do something where it looks like. I mean, did you originally write it as kind of more than one panel?
no, so I want it to be one kind of splash panel is what I call them. So this is an even panel number or page number. So you'll turn the page and you'll see this happen, like a big moment.
Yeah.
So this is obviously only a 2-panel page, but you have this, and I think I wrote, a lot of the times in my scripts I'll use reference links, like hyperlinks. I don't know if I did that for this one specifically, but I said blocking the bullets. I might have put the multiple arms thing, but I'm like, I don't even know if someone could draw that. But
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Like,
right.
as a writer, do you task the artist with something like that, or did you guys have a
Alan, do you
discussion
remember if I
about
said
it?
that?
You just sent me a couple of references,
Yeah.
and I just got it right away. I was like, oh, he wants something like this, and I think I got this page to you pretty quick, right?
Yeah, for sure, yeah. And right when I saw it, I'm like, yeah, you nailed it, dude. Well, I think
Nice.
maybe one of the things I references is the scene from the movie Everybody Hates the Leave Extraordinary Gentlemen when Captain Nemo does this.
Yeah,
He
that's
Oh,
blocks the
yeah.
bullets
Yeah.
with the swords.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, you nailed it. And going back to talking about how how it is to write or draw off of a story that's going to be so short, but you're exactly right, Rod. It's every panel and page counts when you're working with something from like, especially from four pages up to 14 pages. But I think that's what makes these stories so impactful because you're getting action, in really good doses. You're getting awesome personality moments.
Yeah.
And writing them for me is fun because I'm like, sometimes if I'm writing a 24-page story or a story that is longer, like Magic Cop, it's like, oh man, I gotta get to 24 pages, So I kind of
Yeah.
have to string this out that long. But here, it's kind of a condensed version. To me, it's really fun, especially the 4-page stories you guys will be getting in the bonus comic. But Alan,
Yeah.
what do you think compared to drawing something else?
I mean, everything's a little challenge, There's things that I thought I've drawn before and I've forgotten how to, and
Mm-hmm.
back and forth. But script-wise, Phil's scripts are very straightforward. I know exactly what to do. He's a good script writer.
Thanks, man.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah,
Can I ask a question real quick?
Yeah.
How what was the biggest challenge you faced while incorporating Zaid's or Phil's script into comic form?
You know, there are some things, like, technically, I guess that I don't know. I don't know how to answer that.
I mean, like,
what he's
wasn't-
saying is he's a badass, and it was just fucking easy sailing the whole way.
Well,
is what he's saying.
Alan, there was that one thing. I guess I wasn't. There was one panel that I wasn't really clear on the page you're working on right now.
Yeah,
And-
that's why I didn't want. It's the last pages. So I didn't want to really get into that.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to say it, but they're just like, there was one spot where I had not conveyed what I meant, and he just took it a different way.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's, that was my fault. But that's why it's like, writing scripts and stuff, definitely double check and even like I should do this, and anyone should do this, is let a buddy read your script. And if you're worried that it's going to be interpreted a different way, just ask someone. Be like, hey, read it to them. Be like, hey,
Very
what
good
would
advice.
you draw in this situation? And then if
Yeah.
it's not fully clear, then make it even more clear.
I've
because
got
I
a-
had that issue on another story as well, where it's like, oh, I emphasized something a little too much in my
Yeah.
words, and then they interpreted and it was different than I wanted it to be.
Right.
So
Yeah,
Yeah,
I go ahead.
I'm just saying, because my biggest challenge is my day job. It gets in the way of drawing comics.
Yeah, of
Mm.
course. Yeah, that
Right.
sucks. Well, hopefully, this is a step in that direction where you maybe can start doing what you really want to be doing more. That's the dream, isn't it? But maybe your day job isn't. Maybe it's not as bad as some of us.
Oh no. I complain about it because I'd rather be drawing comics, but I have a very, very slick job I can't complain about.
Nice,
Mm.
good. That's good to hear.
same.
Yeah, I have to say, on the writing front, when it comes to comics, when I was young in my 20s, I would bang out scripts and send it to artists, and it kind of fearless, just didn't really concern myself too much about it. But as I'm writing this script for Ink Spots, a project we're working on, 15, 20 years later, and I find myself, I'm very hyper aware of how much work the artist is going to be putting into this. We're talking about hundreds of hours of time.
Especially
And
ink.
the responsibility of making sure that that you have it right, that you're not going to be wasting their time, that they're not going to have to draw things over. It's like it's weighing on me in a way that I haven't experienced before, and that's
called
do you have anything to?
responsibility.
Yeah. I mean, is that how you kind of feel about it, Phil?
Yeah, now, definitely being conscious of that and giving the artist room to breathe, So
Oh, yeah.
panel count is really important, especially with these shorter stories of like, okay, I don't want, 9 panels, 7, 7 panels on here. Picking your moments, I tend to be like, if I could do something in 3 panels, I get really excited about it, and I'm like, okay, then this
Yeah.
is where the artist is gonna throw their extra stuff into here because they're going to have fun doing these nice big open pages. So yeah,
For
for
sure.
sure. That's
Yeah.
something, especially after Magic Cop, I was really conscious of.
Yeah, and I'd say, as a piece of advice to writers, and this may seem like kind of out of left field, but a great thing to do is to look at comics where the artist is also the writer. Say like Sims projects, or like Passion for Drawing, Doom Fate. Look at, because it's very helpful to look at what does an artist love to do. I mean, when they get to write their own script, what is it that they're doing a lot of? And you'll notice, like you're saying, Phil, you got to give them room to breathe. artists love getting that double page spread moment. They love getting those bigger panels or a full page, splash page.
I like the
You
animation.
got to give them that opportunity to do that. If you're confining them to 6 panels a page all the time, they're gonna hate you.
Yeah.
They're gonna. So, yeah.
So that's a pretty interesting concept. Like, I mean, I don't want to I don't want to pit anybody against each other or like go, oh, what would you do differently? But like, I'm curious, just from a feedback perspective, Alan, what it would, if this was your comic that you were writing, like, is there anything where it was like, because judging by what Phil said, he gave you a lot of freedom to do this, and you executed this beautifully. Is there any point where it was like, man, I really like to do this. I would have liked to have done this more. Because you have a lot of big moment pages or panels, like this right here that Rot has pulled up, where he's crashing through the window.
Yeah,
this is gorgeous.
Yeah, I haven't seen this before. Is this, and maybe this is something you haven't really shown before, but it's you have this way of creating this incredibly dynamic visuals with your work, man. It's very fun.
I mean, the storytelling in this is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, you've got all the different faces within the glass pieces falling down. You know,
That was from Phil's mind too. I mean, we do collaborate together well in communicating with each other.
yeah. I would
if there's
say
anything,
Alan, I would say Alan is probably the artist I have had. You know, I'd give him the script, and then I just step back, and then he turns in the stuff, and I almost never have to tell him to edit anything, except for that like one panel we just talked about.
so this is just like a match made in heaven.
It's been pretty good, man. It's
Wow.
Yeah, like this was in the script. I had the ideas for the faces in the glass and stuff like that, because I had used that in a different piece for the Masquerade on the short story that I did, but in mirrors. There was like broken mirrors falling out of his cape on one of the covers. So I really loved that, and this is kind of an homage to a scene in Swamp Thing where Etrigan breaks through skylights on one of the covers, and so I really loved that, and Alan just nailed it, you know. But he the all the stuff he does with like the darkness and the cape, that's all him, all of his choices and stuff, and you know, this one kind of squeaked past the audience, but you know, Alan's posted it on Twitter. I posted on Twitter. Yeah, that's gonna be. It's one of my favorite
Great,
ones.
man. And this is just one. This is one story in a book of collected stories that are each given the same amount of care and love and passion. Like this is, you know, I would typically say that doing an anthology type comic is not necessarily it's certainly not the safest route. But I feel like you're hitting it so well. You're doing it so well. Like, what was there some trepidation going in about doing a collected stories comic?
Sure. Yeah. Well, this whole like universe sprung up because of the Silhouette. He was our first character we made, like in 2010, my brother and I, and then from there, you know, we came up with more and more characters. You know, I kind of dropped the comics thing when I went into into college, but all through there, I was doing writing classes, but I was writing about Silhouette, like I do short stories about him and other characters. So they were always there. But when we came out with Magic Cup, I had already written like the 4-page story for Wildcard, for the bonus comic, and always was looking for artists to do this universe with us. And so Magic Hop was successful. We had grown this fan base. CG was awesome to us, and we made a bunch of super talented friends in CG. I'd met Alan through going on the Drawn and Quartered Fan Edition. He also did fan art and that won the Magic Cop contest, which is an amazing piece. And we hit it off, and I kind of did that 4-pager with the Masquerade. That artist couldn't do anything else with us, so I needed another artist, went to Alan. Here we are. But yeah, going back to the question, I had some concern by doing this because I'm like, we have this universe. I really want to tell people about the silhouette. I really want to show them all these characters. But if we put it out a comic for each character, it's going to take, 8
Yeah.
years for
Right.
them to know everybody.
Right.
So I'm like, this is the way we're going to need to do this. So I kind of like Tetris everything together in one story. These are the 4 main characters. You're getting the 4 stories in the book. And then the bonus comic was just me being selfish and being like, I don't care how much money it takes. I just want these stories out there.
Yeah.
So the bonus
Yeah.
comic really expands everything. So you guys know about everyone. And
Now, with the bonus comic, I mean, I have pretty limited funds and ability. I had
Yeah.
to, I backed the project, but it was at, pretty much an entry, give me the book kind of tier. Is that something I'm going to get, or is that something that I need to add on to my backing?
Yeah, so the bonus comic is totally separate. Now that we've reached all the stretch goals, it's around 45 pages of story.
Yeah.
For it's short stories for each of the extra characters in there. So it is an add-on. So if
Okay.
you get the book, you can add it on, or there's a tier for it, which comes with both books and a poster, fold-out poster of the Bisley cover. Yeah, but if you weren't able to get that, you're
Yeah.
gonna get the trading cards for all those characters as well, so you'll know a little bit
Okay.
about them. And
Cool.
it'll
There is this part of me when it comes to the trading cards in CG that, it would have been a monumental undertaking to organize this and make it happen. But I do feel there was such a great opportunity to create some kind of game, like a Magic the Gathering type game with all these cards. That'd be so powerful if that could have, come together and happened. But I know that it would have been when you
With
create a
all
game like that, that's a lot of work. That's a
Sure.
lot of work.
with all the characters in CG, or like just in general, like there's a game within like one of these campaigns.
Well, I'm saying like trading cards from all the different campaigns across CG would be able to, you get that card and it becomes part of your deck to play
Yeah, I know.
this
Ethan
this
was
game, and
talking
it just
about
keeps
doing that.
expanding and growing. I mean, it would be a phenomenal thing if we could make it happen.
Well, I
Totally
actually,
unbalanced as well.
well,
Right. That's the
yes.
problem. Is you need
Um,
someone who really knows and understands how to balance something like that to be
And that-
involved, and that can't be cheap.
And I actually looked into that for my campaign, because what I wanted to do was because when I was looking into what can I do to make my campaign look more interesting than everybody else's, I was like, what they're not doing is no one's doing action figures. Of course, that was before Cyberfrog and
And then Phantasm.
Johnny Phantasm.
Yeah.
No one's doing any games. No one's pushing side product to further the comic. How cool will it be, especially with this property? You go, all right, here's a card game. There's no limits to what we can and can't do. I mean, we've got every genre covered. We could do samurais, we could do superheroes, we could do pirates, you name it.
Yeah.
We could do zombies. We could do World War II. There's nothing off the table here for something like Lost Pages.
Yeah,
And it's
I heard that Ethan talked about it a couple times. He's like, yeah, I'm having a guy for the trading cards make up a system for a game.
Yeah.
Also, I think Wanger had that implemented in his cards already for like Superhero. I emailed Ethan, and he never got back to me. I'm like, hey, if you have that, I would love to implement that into my card so you could do like crossover stuff. That would be
Yeah.
cool. Just like now, I don't have time to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I mean, it would take tremendous coordination. I feel
Yeah.
like it would take a separate team, a small team of people that were then kind of in charge of doing it and doing the reach out to the different campaigns and organizing it. It would take a tremendous effort. But Jesus, the power of it! Can you imagine? Like, everybody would want to get that. It would help campaigns because everybody would want that special card that maybe like you could only get by doing this on the campaign. So they would be the rarest cards, and it would be a lot of fun for people. But again, it's very difficult to achieve it.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
But I mean, it's a collector's dream. It's a collector's wet dream, because it's like, oh, well, I want to get this card by this artist. I've got to have this. I've got to back this campaign.
Yeah.
Comic book be damned. I need to get this.
Probably create an interesting little like black market for like.
Oh
I'll
yeah.
get people selling trading like a 50-cent trading card for $100.
Apparently, you don't know Magic the Gathering because that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. I don't know. It could be fun.
I get a trading card book.
Sorry for the tangent there.
Yeah, but I mean, like the possibilities are endless for something like that, and for something like this, But like as you said, you're probably already so busy trying to fulfill everything that's here already. The scope of this seems like, wow.
Yeah, there's a lot. You guys are offering a lot now. Is that? How carefully do you manage, because I think what a lot of people don't understand, they see your total number, right? Maybe you're at 26,000, you're over 26,000. They're looking at that number, but when you're doing this on the production side, you have to look at, this is my average backer amount, and I have to make sure that all of our extras cost less than the average backer amount and give us some profit so we can pay what I mean? So it's like you have to think of it in those terms, and it feels like how hard was it you wanted to do all of this stuff? Did you like kind of eat into your profit a little bit, or?
So you're basically always going to, right? Especially when you ship. And then so this is what happened with us on Magic Op. So Magic Op is a team of my brother, myself, and a colorist, basically. Pablo did the cover, which is another artist. And on that, we could eat the cost on it because my brother and I don't have to get paid, right? Because we're putting it out ourselves. It's like if if it was one person doing all the work, but it's my brother and I and one colorist. So the funds that we got went to printing, coloring, and basically and then shipping, right? So we made a profit on that because Magic Op did an awesome job. But for the Lost Pages, it's such a grander project. We have like, if we scroll all the way down here, it shows all of the creatives that are working on the project, and
Insane.
It's like over 22.
Holy shit! I was gonna ask you about this, and you've got it down here. I really like that you did this, by the way.
And since I updated this, we have more. Like Mike Murphy colored the Kyung Lee cover, so I have to add him. I think that's it now. But yeah, and
damn, dude,
and you look
that's
at some,
impressive.
You got Simon Bisley. We have Dan Fraga, Andrew Huerta on trading cards. It's crazy.
Now, how much of this is just ComicsGate, this network of people, and not just ComicsGate? I mean, people that are adjacent to it.
Yeah.
How much of this is just people being awesome and like saying, "Dude, I want to help your campaign. I'm willing to contribute this thing."
Right, and the majority are people that hang out with CG, which is awesome. The success of Magic Op really made me want to give back to CG creators and show off their work.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where it is, and if we don't make a huge profit, that's okay, because the next one we're doing is Magic Op 2, which, the margins are going to be slimmer, so we'll be able to recoup more stuff, and then we're going to go back and forth on that. So it's going to be Lost Pages Magic Op, Lost Pages Magic Op. So we'll have that cycle that we could deal with.
Nice.
There's
So
other
you're
IPs
playing the long game. You're looking at
for
this
sure.
as build.
I-
You're building a fan base, building an audience, and you're like, our time will come where the profits will start rolling in.
Right, and I think that's how everybody should do it. In the past, especially in CG, when we were doing Magic Hop, when we were being successful at that, people were messaging me, other creators, being like, "Hey man, I put a bunch of money into this book and it's only making, $3,000 or whatever. I want to, kill myself." But it's like, whoa, dude, calm down.
Shit. Right.
No one knows you. You don't have a YouTube channel. You're not going on everybody's YouTube channel like me, the slut of CG. So,
What?
you.
What? Well, yeah, you're on this channel, so it's fair. I think that's a fair assessment. Yeah.
So you need to know how to work
You need to know how to market.
the network. Yeah, marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is so
Put yourself out there.
important. That is so friggin' important. I think
But-
people forget that.
They do, and it's like Sim is a big proponent of this, and I think you kind of follow the same kind of pattern where when you're contributing to other people's channels, you're coming on, you're giving of your time and helping people entertain and being there, you get that reciprocation, right? Like people wanna, again, so maybe they give you a trading card drawing, or they help you in some other way. It's all this give and take that I love about this network that makes it work,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Right, and the thing is also, even if you are doing that stuff, it's going to take time, because you look at us with Magic Hop, our first 60 days, I was on every channel, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That I could have been on, and we only made, at the end of 60 days, ended with like $4,700,
Right.
and so then when we were in demand for like 6 months until we shipped, by that time we had made $13,000. So we made like almost 10 grand in that extra time, and then after shipping we made even more. So it's all about the long game in that, and I would say don't get discouraged, because even these big guys, that they started in the 90s, but back then they weren't selling gangbusters, and if they were in our shoes today, didn't have any previous history, it would be the same thing. Even if they were the greatest artist, if they don't have a name or someone big pushing them, then they're not going to do what they're doing today.
Rasmus has been especially brutal to me today, which I appreciate. That's fine. This channel guaranteed refunds. Well, we'll see.
Oh no.
We'll check in. We'll see. We'll see if that's the case.
We'll get back to you on that.
I might not move the needle, but I've never had people like, "Oh, you're on this channel, refunds." That hasn't happened yet, but
Right.
I do my best.
So far, so good.
So what are we looking at here with?
So this is one of the freshest character to the franchise. His name is Vane, and this is some art done by Sim himself.
Yeah, one of the first
Okay.
concept art.
Yeah.
I wanted to engage you about, which seems to be a very successful component of the campaign, the sketch card idea.
Oh yeah. So that is something that's Sims took place, or he helped us out with that as well. So what we did with Magic Hop, we started like the idea, like us, Sim, passion for drawing, and all of our buddies had the idea to do these sketch cards, for a small amount of money, and they would be free shipping for the campaign. And so I was able to get awesome sketch cards. Like on Magic Op, Billy Tucci did 3 sketch cards for us, and those sold out
Yeah.
instantly. So we have buddies like our friends like Joe Ball, Sim, Passion, EJ Morges did a few for us, and Vic King. So what we do is kind of like after the initial 60 days, I'll start putting up these sketch cards. They're just $25. So
Yeah.
if you were able to grab a copy beforehand, we'll just throw it in with your copy and no extra shipping, or you can add them on to any perk. So it was kind of a just off the cuff idea we had when we were doing Magic Op. It really
Yeah.
worked to drive sales.
It's
And
cool,
same
man.
thing with this.
So you're saying the initial people are able to buy the original art sketch cards initially.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You're right.
So like, but you're saying they're also available in different forms, or just is it just like one of these exist in the whole
Yeah,
world?
so they're exclusive. So if you make me big here, here's some of these are Passion for Drawing sketch cards that have already sold. So he does them full color and ink.
Wow.
And so these are exclusive. They're one of a kind. And if you were quick enough to jump onto them, I'll put them in the updates so people that are already backed could see, and they'll grab them up. And so they're one of a kind.
And
the
these
cool
will
thing about-
not be reprinted or available in any other form.
That's right.
Oh wow!
So those are his.
So
special,
what you?
it's fancy.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah. So
They don't play,
Damn,
man.
dude, that's special.
Yeah.
That's I was really drawn to this idea, and I noticed. I mean, it seems like it's all sold out.
Yeah. They're
Like-
It's pretty much been working for everybody that have been having those sketch cards on their campaigns.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like every sketch card tier, it's like 3 of 3 sold, 5 of 5 sold. It's like you can't; they're just gone.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's a really interesting idea. I like it.
So far, the only one that still has some, I think it's for the what is it? The gods. The Mike Murphy one.
God spare me.
Yeah, the gods fear me.
Mm.
Sorry, I keep mixing it up with the only death can save us.
Yeah.
Who I feel bad is on Red Valkyrie right now. Apparently, I didn't realize she was doing a show at the same exact time. So, feel bad about that because I'm a
ass
huge
rat.
fan. Only death can save us, man. Russ is a really great creator.
Yeah, he's gonna be on
You know.
Blue and Chill tomorrow.
Yeah, he's. I
Ooh.
really support that. Look at that.
So yeah, here's progress on this vein page. Now I wanted to ask Sim this same thing that we asked Alan with like doing a really short story, because this is 4 pages.
Yeah.
Like same thing to you, Sim. How is that different? You know, because you did the panel layouts for this, you did everything. How is that different from doing something like Blood Hunt or like a 20-page story?
It's I don't treat it as such. Honestly, it's I always try to put as much as story as I can, and keep the pacing of it. And
Yeah.
as you know, I added some panels.
That
I'm not
arm,
the
dude.
type of-
That
I'm not the-
arm. Look at that
I'm not-
arm, dude.
I'm not
I'm
the type
just
of guy
kinda-
going like, oh, let's cut short. No, I'm gonna add myself
Fucking
extra
tree
work to
trunk.
make it work.
Yeah.
That arm has its own time zone. Like, what the fuck, dude? It's fucking massive.
You know, fuck with him.
And you'll see we have a drawn-in tier here for
Chris.
our boy Chris Evans.
Who would have guessed Chris Evans would be drawn into a CG book? I mean, that's unheard of.
And there's not some kind of like purple like cameo in there neither.
Yeah, this guy.
Oh, look! Oh, you're such a whore.
Are you gonna show the top panel,
The top one.
the top one?
Let's see. We got you know who this guy is?
Well, yeah. Yeah,
Smoking something.
that's
Yep,
great,
something.
dude.
And then this
You've
guy.
got to be. I think at this point, Sim is the king of, dropping shit in.
Yeah.
to pages. Like,
For sure, yeah. If you read Bloodhunt, you'll definitely.
yeah, dude, it's almost like when I'm reading Bloodhound, it's almost like a Where's Waldo kind of like.
Yeah.
Where's all the good shit? Where's all the fucking hidden stuff?
Dude, it makes drawing backgrounds and extras more fun. You know, like you just put people,
Yeah.
you put like like one of the scrapyard in the Merc. When if you see a scrapyard, look into it because there's
Yeah.
gonna be something for sure.
Yeah, Alan did that in one of the pages as well. See if I can find that.
But I really like working on that story, and 4-page to tell. There's a lot of panels in those pages. You don't have one you don't have one page with 2 panels.
Yeah, I mean, a 4-page story is that's a huge challenge. I mean, God, that's you got to get a lot done in a very short amount of time.
Look at these guys.
And there's some pages that take more time than the others.
What?
but yeah,
Okay,
that's
what's
hard.
this, man?
So this is from the Masquerade. This is the Masquerade. His secret identity. He's a theater actor in Chicago. He's a very prominent theater actor. So we had an audience scene where he's on stage, and Alan threw in some old-timey I Love Lucy characters in the front row.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ricky, Lucy, Fred Nestle.
Well, who's in
You
the
got-
second row?
You got some splaining to do.
In the there's a few people in there. They're hidden on the left side. I think I put Frazier.
No way.
Let's see, right underneath
Yeah,
his.
there he is. Kills the great grammar.
This guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
This
Frazier
guy
Crane.
reminded me of Jeeves from Ask Jeeves. This guy here.
Dang. Wow, that's great.
And then you got this
Oh yeah,
funny man.
Ted
Got a
Turner.
funny man there.
Yeah, it looks like the Joker.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. I love
It's
stuff
so
like that.
clear, Alan. Man, I'm really. You made a new fan today. I'm really impressed with your work. It's clear you have a really intense passion for comics. You care about what you do, man. So, yeah, I look forward to seeing how you progress in this new landscape of comics.
Yeah, I've already had people stealing them from me.
I bet
So
that's
I got
that's the
Passion for
danger,
Dawn
right?
stealing 'em.
yeah.
Bastard. That guy can't find his own talent. Passion.
Yeah.
Passion for stealing.
Passion for poaching, we call him now.
Yeah.
You took my colorist too?
Dude, he also stole your fucking letterer.
Yeah, he stole my letterer. He's got this
Wait, I
guy
thought that
too.
was you.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
got this
you
guy.
hired him.
So you're lettering it. Okay, now the real story comes out.
Stole my letterer.
Oh
No,
shit.
it's awesome. I'm excited. Alan, we're gonna do some stuff on the next Magic-Op too. We're gonna do another Ashcan for Magic-Op, the next one. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to work with Alan more, man.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
So
I know,
what?
What's up?
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I was showing you backstage last time we were hanging out. The newest story for the bonus comic. Let's see if I can pull it up. Of the chick Matte Black.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So this.
Oh. Whoa.
We haven't showed this
Hello.
off much. This is actually this is probably the second character we've ever created. She was supposed to be like the sidekick for the Silhouette. So Matte Black is a college student. It's kind of like a Kitty Pryde, where she's just learning she has power. She doesn't really feel right she doesn't have a place in the world, and she goes to the Silhouette to try to learn her powers. So that was her
she's got a
basic
place.
story.
Let me tell you.
Yeah, now she's got a place. A place in your heart, Rod. So, Illustrator Monk's doing this short story for our bonus comic. It's the last one in there. We're so glad we were able to unlock it because it just turned out so cool. He
Nice.
did the colors for the cover as well, and Yeah, Alan killed it on the logo as always. Look at that.
Yeah, you did, dude. You have this knack of capturing the spirit, the essence, the energy of the idea, the concept, man. You're really good at what you do. Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I think I've spent way too much time stroking Alan's shaft.
Oh, I'm a raging 2 inches right now. It's fucking crazy. Come to this channel more often.
You are
Got him.
welcome, man. You are welcome.
Like,
We
comment,
have a
and
good time
subscribe.
all the time. So I gotta say, like, it does bring like reminiscence of what was that? There was a character. I don't know if it was like a video game thing initially, where it was like this black kind of stuff coming onto the character. Fuck, I'm not
I
gonna
do
be
have
able
a
to come
question,
up
Phil.
with it.
Are you talking about the symbiote?
It was like it's just not. It's not coming into my mind.
Empowered?
Oh, empowered
So-
by Adam Warren.
Oh
Yeah.
no! You're thinking of the video game prototype,
Maybe.
right?
Maybe. No,
Prototype
it was something
this
else.
Video game series.
Yeah.
That I could see the similarities, but you get like electricity powers, but one of them had like kind of a organic goo stuff that would harden into weapons. So that's what
Yeah.
her power is. She could secrete this tar-like black or bioorganic goo that she can then form into different weapons, like at first knives and swords and stuff. Later on, more complex things, but it also
So
could
she's a
protect
bit
her,
like
so she could cover her.
So she's a bit
body
like
in it.
Venom with no symbiote.
More
Right,
like Carnage.
Yeah, more like
Yeah,
Carnage, but it's
true.
black. Yeah. Yeah, so I was showing you were really liking this. Yeah, Illustrator Monk did an awesome job. I picked him because he draws super sexy chicks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that dude's a beast on
Illustrator
on,
Monk.
Cheesecake Challenge. Yeah, Illustrator Monk. That dude is always winning the Cheesecake Challenge.
Yeah, he's
What is the Cheesecake Challenge?
Think drawn and quartered, but
only
sexy.
babes. Yeah.
Pinups.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Is this like a YouTube thing?
Yeah, it's on what's his face?
Slick Jimmy's show.
Slick Jimmy show.
Okay. I wasn't aware of it. I want
I
to
have
check it out.
I've ditched Ink Spot's show a couple of times on Mondays just to participate.
Oh, you evil bastard.
Yeah, I did
Yeah.
Snow Hulk.
That thing's been going forever.
Yeah, no one talks about it. He doesn't promote it enough.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't have a lot of views either, but it should be.
Well,
bigger.
he might if he talks about it.
Yeah,
but that's
Pablo
the
Romero
artist-
goes on there. Spencer
He-
Tunes is on there
Oh.
all the time.
So
Illustrator
is
Monk.
it on Twitter? Is it Illustrator Monk? I mean, is
Yeah.
that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dude, I was already following.
Yeah.
Apparently,
yeah, because he's
Not-
good.
yeah, he's not following me, but
Well,
it's okay.
let him know you exist.
No, that's fair because why would he?
Yeah, just to let you guys know, this character is going to be a really important character throughout the whole series of the Lost Pages, especially when we get into later volumes and stuff like that. She's very important, and she's just cool. She kind of like spans out a whole different area of the universe with kind of like younger characters, kind of X-Men-y, learning to use their powers, and is on a team, so they'll be kind of like our official team of that sector of the universe. So
Yeah.
super excited about that. And
That's
this-
very cool, man. I mean, I'd like that you have this character that is very unsure, doesn't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of just coming into it, like realizing there's these powers, and will play this key role down the road.
Right.
There's this incredible sense that you've thought about this, that you have a very long term plan for this universe you've created. It's beautiful, man.
Thanks.
How tough is it to balance working on you? Like you said, you're gonna go from Magic Cop to Lost Pages. Is it tough, like shifting gears and going, okay, now it's Magic Cop time?
Yeah,
Is it difficult to do that?
At first it was, but I think having the project going on and having the Indiegogo up, is the motivator. And it's like, okay, now it's time to focus on this stuff. I got this
Right.
amount of time to do this. Now we got to get trading cards all finalized so they can get printed. But finding time to write Magic Hop stuff when I'm doing the campaign Lost Pages stuff is kind of difficult. That's why I kind of like front loaded it. So right before we launched the Lost Pages, I wrote a bunch of pages for Magic Hop so Brandon could work on it. So he still has some pages until he gets caught up with where my script is at, and then probably in next month I'll probably finish the Magic Hop script, and then we'll be ready to launch that project. So I think it kind of helps you when you have these campaigns up. You're promoting it, you're thinking about it a lot, so it's on your mind there. And then anything else that's extra, you just sacrifice social time and be like, okay, I got to do this and get this done, and then I won't go, to the strip club or whatever.
Social
you guys
what?
do.
Alan's been sharing the screen like from the beginning of the.
Has he?
I think he's just working. He's just drawing like all the time.
Whoa.
Look at this!
Whoa!
Look at this art, man!
What is
Look at this!
I've just been sketching as we were talking.
Wow!
Dude, this is awesome.
It's beautiful, dude.
All right, take the screen down because I want other people hiring this guy.
Yeah, he's just
Dude,
been
that's insane.
the whole stream. He's just been kind of rocking it while we're talking,
Dude, that's really
drawing
cool.
this shit. It's beautiful,
Super
man.
sketchy.
Yeah. So what's this character down here on the bottom right?
That's banging.
It's
right?
it's my stab at vein.
Yeah, that looks
Ah, oh, nice.
I thought he had a monocle at first because the other lens isn't.
Yeah.
He's in.
Oh.
Yeah, he looks high society.
It's proper vein.
There you go.
Tea time vein.
Yeah. Wow, that's sick, man.
I dig
Yeah,
it.
yeah, that's looking good. All right, I just had to show that because I've had my eye on it, man. I've been watching you. I've been watching you.
I was just doodling.
You've been doodling the whole time.
Yeah. So, Rot, you were saying like there's so much to this world, and I think a big proponent of that is because we have had these characters for so long. Like I said, like after the senior year of high school, we created these guys. I think I showed you this on a different stream. I wanted to show it again. This is actually the issue 2 of the silhouette that we came out with in 2014. We took it to some
right.
small cons. That's
Yeah.
how shitty and well read it is.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this is, we would take pictures of me and my friends in front of a green screen and then background shots. This is a little, this is a bank in Berwyn, Illinois, right outside of Chicago, that is now turned into a restaurant. But it's
Nice.
a cool bank shot. And then the silhouette goes into the bank because this guy's robbing it and he gets ambushed.
God, man, you had comics in your blood early, dude.
Yeah, it was fun stuff. So, like, you look at all this, like, silhouette. This guy, this fire guy, I changed his name, but we're gonna bring him back. His name's gonna be Dr. Octane. So he's got like this flamethrower. Gonna be a villain
Yeah.
later on.
Yeah.
And then if I could find it,
Does he have a Nurse
Matt Black is
Butane?
in here too. So we got Matt Black in the background.
You know what you should do? You should do a
I
digital
got
Fuck
that.
version
yeah,
and
dude.
give it with your book to people. At least they have a digital version of it.
I have
Kinda
the
cool.
files. Yeah, I have the digital version.
Yeah, make a digital. Just give it away as a digital copy.
That'd be cool. Yeah, the thing is though, the writing sucks. So.
Well,
It's okay,
and that's
it's your
the
first
that's
stab at
the right. That's the difficulty. Is like, things you've done way back in the past. It's like
Yeah, that's
it
what-
doesn't
that's why-
reflect. It doesn't reflect where I'm at, what I'm doing
Yeah.
now. So
That's
it,
why
it
Rod,
becomes.
that's why Rod doesn't like the fact that me and Elle keep mentioning Goons of Ragnar.
No, I'm proud of that shit. I actually stand by that writing, even though I was a 20-something idiot that didn't know how the world fucking worked. I still think I wrote something decent. Maybe. I mean, it's up to you guys.
Maybe.
It's up to you to decide if
It was
I did or
amazing
didn't.
you wrote anything back then when you were a Backstreet Boy.
I know. You know, what are you gonna do? I'm out of whiskey and I'm really pissed off about it, to be honest. But
You know, have you thought about having a glass of water?
That's
Yeah.
true.
water. I
That'd
got
be
good for
Gatorade.
you.
I got some Gatorade here.
What plants crave.
Hey Phil, can we
Yeah.
show the cover for Vane?
Yeah,
Wait,
you want
wait.
me to pull it up or you have it?
I'll pull it out.
All
Pull it
right.
up.
Yeah, we haven't showed this either. We got 2 exclusives for you. It's going to be this Vane, and then I got another exclusive
Oh shit!
to show.
Let's do it.
So yeah, Vane is, if you guys haven't read on the campaign page, he is a demon bounty hunter from hell. So think kind of like a cross between Hellboy and Lobo. Vane he's half human, half demon, and he could step between Veil of Hell and Earth whenever he pleases. So the devil gives him these bounty contracts, and he hunts down demons that have escaped the underworld. There he is with his big gun.
That is a big gun.
Get a zoom in on that,
So
brother.
now, do you understand why he has big arms?
He has to
excited
be
for
able to
Vane.
lift this fucking thing.
Good job,
Holy
Sim.
Shit.
Thanks.
Form follows function. I get it.
Yeah.
Shit.
So that is freaking awesome. And the gun has different properties, which in other
It
stories.
looks like
you
there's.
see that.
It looks like the gun has settings.
Yep.
Is what I'm picking up on.
Uh-huh.
Like you can spin it. It's like depending on what you're facing.
Different type of magical ammo, technically,
Yeah.
and different.
Yeah.
Depending.
That
on
must
how
be
that
my
one's lined
video
up.
game
Yeah.
acumen coming in. Like, oh, this looks like it has settings. Woo!
And it was fun because I got into that character at the creating base of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I kind of had a lot of like influence that I could play with it in it, and it was a fun thing. And I think the story he had a good idea for a story. Loved the freak out of it, and I think the extra panels that I put in there because I like to put animation.
Yeah.
Those panels I like to do those type of animated panels to convey emotion or something.
Yeah.
So I added extra panels in it just to have that type of pacing movement in the thing. And I every time I would send him the layer, look, I did this. He goes, good. The only
Yes,
the only
and-
problem that we had was like, dude, you forgot his glasses there. Ah, fuck.
And obviously, this will be one of the few characters that Star Wars girl endorses because
Yes.
he's hairy as
They're
fuck.
everywhere.
He's hairy
Very
as
hairy.
fuck.
Yep. Yeah, but he's not short. So
Well,
And
that's true.
And he has a demon form. That's just his human form.
Yeah, this is not his final form. So you
Oh,
in the
shit.
story.
You're keeping that under wraps, I presume. Yeah, good. You should. Nice.
But if
Very
you look
nice.
if you look around everywhere, there's hints to it.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, so he's got this kind of really cool attitude. He's kind of has this southern attitude to him. He's from the deep south. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So yeah.
is that a little Nicky reference?
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
I'm from the deep south.
Yeah. And then the last thing I wanted to show off, Rot, is whoa, that looks cool.
Oh, yeah,
Damn.
Whoa.
That's the piece I'm working on for Sunsworn. I had to design this character, so the
Oh.
piece is this.
Whoa, man.
That's
It's an actual scene from the novel.
yeah, back to
Dang.
Sunsworn. That's awesome.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, and
Calm down.
I mean that would be kind of a perfect time if we're talking about Sunsworn. And I had to bump this, give it an extra week so more people could enter, but I am doing a flash fiction contest. I think it's the only writer contest in CG that's ever happened. The winner
Yeah,
will
contest,
get a
yeah.
copy of Sunsworn novel, 250 words, fantasy genre. Red Gaze will be reading your entry in that fucking super sexy voice of his. You know what I'm talking about.
I have a question. I
yeah.
have a question.
What's your question?
What can you write in 250 words?
Oh, see, that's the challenge.
A short story.
That's the fucking challenge, man. But you'd be amazed what someone can achieve. Constraint limitation is actually the
What's
number one thing
innovation?
that it actually produces some of the best work.
Can we use
When you-
emojis?
I guess.
I'm fucking.
No. What's the
But
theme
yeah.
of the What's the theme of the story you have to come up with?
It's just fantasy. It doesn't matter. Just a fantasy genre scene, 250 words.
Did you say fisting fantasy?
Yeah, fisting.
All right.
I think I
of
watched
course.
that the other night.
That sounds metal.
Gonna have to go back to my
So-
roots.
Yeah. All right, we're going back to the. Wait, what am I showing? What
yeah,
should
yeah.
I be showing?
Yeah, so this is good. So Matt Black, which El Gargoyle in the chat says he already jacked off to.
Yes.
Hail El Gargoyle.
Yeah, good to see you're on it.
So when we got, let's see, I think it's this one. Yeah, when we got this colored, so Joe Ball did
Oh,
this beautiful wraparound, and this is for the bonus comic. So if
Dude,
you guys
it's
haven't
so
gotten
good.
the bonus comic, what we're also gonna do is, I think after we start shipping, I'm gonna put the bonus comic up there.
can we just
separately.
call it by its proper name? It's a boner comic.
But yeah, the boner comic. I think I'm gonna put that up on the campaign separately, so people who missed out on that, if they read the regular book and want to come back and get that by itself, we could do that. So
Yeah.
look out for that as well.
All right.
But yeah, Adam Brown, who is the colorist for Simon Bisley and Glenn Fabry, I had him color Joe's work on this as well, and so Matt Black is down here. As we could see her, he really liked the character, and he's like, "Oh, I got a really cool idea for a piece for her. Would I be able to draw that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we need a trading card for her, and we don't have an artist for that. So I'd love to see your interpretation." So yesterday he sent me the finished piece. This is
Shut
an
up.
exclusive. An
Oh
exclusive.
no!
Another.
Rotten Glory.
It's raining exclusives here.
And here it
Raining.
is. Raining and
Oh fuck! Oh no!
Damn, son.
it is raining indeed.
Holy shit, man!
So if you guys
I didn't
back,
mean to pun that, guys. I'm sorry.
great fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, that's an intensely beautiful piece of work, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, this is a trading card?
Yeah, this will be the trading card for Matt Black. Everybody that backs the book at a physical tier is going to get this trading card. On the back, it'll have her bio, her stats on it as well. So yeah, you guys definitely grab the book if you love this, 'cause you'll be able to get this.
Dang, dude, that is spectacular.
So we even have the babes,
You got
Yeah.
it all, man. This is it's one of the most interesting. I mean, I don't think there's any project in the entire network of CG, adjacent CG, that has more artistic talent, writing talent involved. Like, this thing is monumental. It's so fucking beautiful, man. It's so ambitious, and it's clear that you have a long-term plan for this. You want this to be going for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
And it
sure.
should tell you that the project is pretty good if you have all these people ready to get behind it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, damn.
So
Yeah.
it should tell you that that Taylor is a good writer.
Thanks.
When are you gonna post? Are you gonna post this out soon?
Probably Monday. I'm gonna post this up. Usually put like big posts on Mondays.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's so cool that he wanted to draw this. Like he solicited us.
yeah.
To do this because he's like, yeah, I was a big fan of Venom in the '90s, and I think the character's really cool. And he described it to me. He's like in an alleyway, raining, her like kind of like just gotten out of a battle, and it's like so cool. She has like this big sword in the other hand, which I've never seen her with like a huge sword. Just like
Now, is this formed of her?
Yeah.
Like this ability she has? It's completely formed of this black ooze kind of.
Right.
Okay.
So she secretes the stuff, and she could form it into any weapon.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
and another cool thing is like before we did the Lost Pages, Matte Black, she was in this red tank top. She had a purple like jacket on, and she'd make these knives, these like kunai knives, out of the goo. And then I'm like, well, we want a way to disguise her identity. So I kind of was like, it would be cool if she made a domino mask, like an eye mask, out of that goo also. So actually, in the story, she does that for the first time too, because she realizes she has these powers.
Yeah.
So
Nice,
just
man.
a lot of fun getting all this art in, having so much support from you guys. Really appreciate it, because it is something that we want to do forever, and we want this to be as big as it can be, and just get these stories out to you guys.
Yeah.
Working with all these artists like Alan and Sim, and even guys like Adam Brown, which I never thought I would work with Simon Bisley or Bisley's colorist, and this like digital painting. This looks like something you would see in like a video game.
It's insane, dude. It's completely insane. Wow. Yeah. All of it's so good. Again, Alan, I'm gonna stroke that shaft one more time. Alan, How Comics, you are insanely talented, my friend, and I look forward to seeing what you do. I'm happy to have had you on the stream and met you, been able to talk to you. Dude, this is, I don't know, man. It's just one of those projects that seems to have really caught the inspiration of people, and I look forward to see where you take it.
Yeah, thanks, man. I so appreciate all of that. And, we haven't even gone over a bunch of other characters in here. So if you guys want more info, definitely go to the page. There's little bios for the main characters at the bottom. And you could see some awesome shots, like, Kyung Lee's stab at Drift Legend here.
Oh, shit.
Is our manga style character. So the whole concept of the book, we were really taking the opportunity to flex all of the different muscles that we could put out in this book, like the different genres. And my writing style, it's very much a practice at writing different genres, and I've been having a blast.
Yeah, nice, dude. Yeah, man, I really appreciate you coming on. I think this, I don't know, it just, to me, it's I don't know, it's a testament to the power of this network, to the support we can give each other. It's all reciprocation based. You give here, you get back there. This is what it's all about, people. We're building something new in comics. And it's obvious that we kind of had it, ComicsGate had an insight about where the industry was going. And here we are, man, being part of something that kind of the future of this storytelling medium. It's exciting as hell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
For sure.
it's been great, dude.
So, I don't know, any closing words, anything you'd like to say in closing, Phil, about this project?
Back the book. It is, the higher we can get, the more we could put out and bring to you guys. If we hit 30K, we're going to get even more stickers that we're going to be putting onto the campaign. And yeah, it's chock full of a bunch of things. And even if you guys can only get the digital copy, we even have a special, add-on for that. You guys will get the PDF printout of this guy here. If you zoom
Oh
in
shit,
there,
that's silhouette, blockhead
Yeah.
silhouette, dude.
yeah.
Nice.
So
I would hit refresh on that page. Let's see if we had any. I mean, I don't. It's very scary because I know I'm not one of those needle movers per se, but
there we go. Got a
dude,
backer.
hey, we picked up a backer.
Yes, thank you guys. No, it means a lot. So you guys are getting something extra if you get any of the tiers. Look at the add-on section. You guys could add on some cool merch like this Crimstone mask that we're printing for everybody and we're sewing up. So these will be basically handmade and printed out by us, so you guys could rep some Zaid Comics merch.
Yeah.
Crimstone mask.
Yeah. Nice, dude. I really appreciate you coming on. I had a great time talking with you, man. I feel like I know this project a lot better than I did going into the show, which is, that's kind of the point. That's what we're trying to do. Red Devil, you have anything you'd like to shout out? If you're there?
Not really. I'm just kind of blown away by this campaign.
Yeah, it's fucking phenomenal. Yeah.
Yeah, man, this is nuts.
Appreciate it.
I do want to encourage people to check out on Twitter the How Comics. If you type in the How Comics, you can find Alan on Twitter. Anything else you'd like to shout out, Alan?
No, just back to the Lost Pages. I'm part of that team. Check that action out.
Yeah, you're part of that team.
Yeah, it is.
Big time. You played a big part in this thing, for sure. And I can't wait to read The Masquerade. I can't wait to see everything you've done on this project. And I'm really looking forward to what you do, like moving forward, for sure.
Yeah, thanks. I do have things in. I do have some aces up my sleeve that, future down the road I'll be releasing.
Nice.
But I'll talk about those things later.
All right, Sim, man, how you doing?
I'm doing
What you
great.
got?
I got Telston and Adverse, and if you're
Yeah, you do.
And if you missed out on Bloodhunt, it's also available there.
Ooh, so people are able to get Blood Hunt
On Telston
with
and Adverse,
Tales.
yeah.
Nice, dude. Good call on that
for
shit.
$55, you get both. You get Telston and Adverse. You get Blood Hunt, the first printing, and the sexy print that came with the variant
Yes.
cover back then.
Very
So
good.
you're getting that for $69. 69 sexy print, sexy number,
Hell
and it's
yeah.
made for two, obviously, right? So you get 2 books, you get 2 sets of prints, and the fun thing is when we reach 15K, you get 2 more prints added to the sexy print, so it becomes 4.
Very nice.
And when we reach 20K, we unlock an extra book that goes with this. So imagine if we pass the 20K, and you only got in for 25, you get 1 book, you're gonna get 5 trading cards, 5 stickers, and a swimsuit special.
Beautiful, man. Fucking yeah, nice.
So you
All right.
don't want to miss the most badass intergalactic man of action there is in comics. Not the
Intergalactic Man of Action.
Right?
Well done,
Come on.
sir. I like
I like
that.
it.
I switch it up with intergalactic man of mystery, but I like the man of action better.
I do. I think that's better. I like that. I want to thank my panel. I want to thank everybody on the panel for being here. This was a lot of fun. I think we did a cool deep dive on this project. I learned a lot of stuff I didn't know about it. Hopefully the viewers, it was the same for them. And I want to thank everybody in the chat for being here. And we'll see you on Monday for a midday repartee. Thank you, everybody.